Have you ever stood in front of your lemon tree, staring at its lush green leaves and healthy branches, wondering why it refuses to produce a single flower? So you're not alone. A few years ago, I found myself facing exactly the same frustrating situation. My lemon tree looked like the picture of perfect health. Every new season brought fresh growth, vibrant leaves, and stronger branches. Anyone who looked at it would have assumed it was thriving. But despite all that beauty and growth, there was one major problem that kept bothering me. There wasn't a single flower anywhere on the tree. And without flowers, there could never be lemons. Month after month, I waited patiently, believing that maybe the next season would be different. I increased watering. I experimented with different fertilizers. I gave the tree extra care and attention. Yet nothing changed. The tree continued growing leaves, but flowers remained completely absent. It felt like I was doing everything right and still getting no results. Then I discovered something that completely transformed the way I understood citrus trees. What I learned wasn't a miracle product or some secret gardening hack. Instead, it was an understanding of how lemon trees actually make decisions. Yes, decisions. Because every lemon tree constantly responds to signals from its environment. Once I understood those signals and adjusted a few key factors, something incredible happened. Within just 30 days, flower buds began appearing across the entire tree. Soon afterward, the branches were covered in blossoms, and eventually those blossoms turned into healthy lemons. Today, that same tree produces fruit regularly, and the lessons I learned can help almost anyone facing the same problem. But before we talk about solutions, we need to understand one important truth that many gardeners overlook. A healthy-looking tree does not automatically mean a productive tree. This is one of the biggest misconceptions in gardening. Many lemon trees appear strong, vibrant, and full of life while producing absolutely no flowers at all. The leaves may be dark green. The branches may grow rapidly. Everything may look perfect on the surface. Yet year after year, there are no blooms and no fruit. Why does this happen? Because flowering is not controlled by a single factor. It is the result of many different environmental signals working together. Think of your lemon tree as a living system that constantly analyzes its surroundings. If the conditions tell the tree that it should focus on growth, it will continue producing leaves and branches. But when the conditions signal that it is time to reproduce, the tree shifts its energy toward producing flowers. Most lemon trees that refuse to bloom are simply receiving the wrong signals. Sometimes the fertilizer encourages growth instead of flowering. Sometimes watering patterns prevent the tree from entering its reproductive phase. In other cases, sunlight, soil conditions, root health, or even the tree's age may be responsible. This is why there is no single magic trick that works for everyone. The real secret lies in understanding the entire system and identifying which signal is preventing your tree from flowering. Once you learn how to read the clues your tree is giving you, solving the problem becomes much easier. Your lemon tree is constantly communicating with you, but most gardeners don't know how to interpret the message. For example, if your tree has extremely large, dark green leaves and vigorous shoots but still refuses to flower, the problem may actually be excessive growth. It sounds strange, but sometimes a tree can be too comfortable. Instead of investing energy into reproduction, it puts all of its resources into creating more leaves and branches. The tree isn't weak. It is growing so aggressively that flowering becomes a lower priority. Understanding these signs is the first step toward transforming a non-flowering lemon tree into one that bursts with blossoms and eventually rewards you with baskets of fresh, homegrown lemons. One of the most common reasons lemon trees refuse to flower is something that surprises many gardeners. The very fertilizer they believe is helping may actually be holding the tree back. When people see a young lemon tree growing, their natural instinct is to feed it generously. They purchase general-purpose fertilizers rich in nitrogen and apply them regularly, hoping to encourage healthy development. At first, the results look fantastic. The leaves become darker and shinier. The branches stretch farther than ever before. The tree appears stronger, healthier, and more vigorous. Everything seems to be moving in the right direction. But then months pass, and something important is still missing. There are no flowers, no buds, no signs of fruit. The reason lies in what nitrogen actually does. Nitrogen is the engine of vegetative growth. It tells the tree to keep producing leaves, extend branches, and expand its canopy. While this growth is important, too much nitrogen sends a message that flowering is not yet necessary. The tree becomes focused on building itself rather than reproducing. This is where countless gardeners become trapped. Their lemon tree looks incredible on the outside, but it remains completely unproductive. The breakthrough comes when the nutritional balance changes. As a citrus tree reaches maturity, it begins needing more than just growth support. It needs nutrients that encourage reproduction. This is where phosphorus and potassium become critical. Phosphorus plays a major role in flower development, while potassium strengthens blooms, improves fruit formation, and supports overall productivity. Nitrogen is still important, but it should no longer dominate the feeding program. When I realized this, I completely changed my approach. Instead of focusing on growth, I started focusing on flowering. I introduced phosphorus-rich amendments such as bone meal and added carefully measured amounts of wood ash to increase potassium levels. To further improve soil health, I applied compost tea every month, helping create a balanced environment for beneficial microorganisms. Gradually, the message being sent to the tree changed. Instead of hearing "grow bigger," the tree began hearing "it's time to bloom." Yet nutrition alone wasn't the only factor. Another powerful lesson came from observing how citrus trees behave in nature. Most gardeners believe that keeping a tree comfortable at all times is the best strategy. Surprisingly, nature often works differently. In many regions, citrus trees naturally experience periods of dryness followed by renewed rainfall. This pattern creates a biological trigger that encourages flowering. The tree senses temporary stress, then recognizes improving conditions, and responds by entering its reproductive phase. Understanding this principle completely changed my watering routine. Rather than keeping the soil constantly moist, I applied a carefully controlled period of water stress. For approximately 2 weeks, watering was reduced while the tree was monitored closely. The soil became noticeably drier than usual, but never dry enough to damage the plant. Then normal watering resumed alongside improved nutrition. The effect was remarkable. Within a matter of weeks, tiny flower buds began emerging across the branches. The key word here is controlled. Too little stress may have no effect, while too much stress can harm the tree. The goal is simply to mimic the natural environmental changes that often trigger blooming. However, even the perfect fertilizer and watering strategy cannot overcome one important limitation: age. Many gardeners unknowingly expect immature lemon trees to perform like mature ones. If a tree was grown from seed, patience is often required. Seed-grown lemon trees can take 5, 7, or even more years before they reach reproductive maturity. During that period, no amount of fertilizer, pruning, or watering tricks can force the tree to flower before it is biologically ready. Nature follows its own timeline. Grafted lemon trees, however, are very different. Because they are created using mature fruit-producing wood, they often begin flowering within 1 to 3 years under proper conditions. In my case, the tree was already grafted and mature enough to bloom. That meant the issue wasn't age, it was management. Once the environmental signals were corrected, the tree responded exactly as nature intended. This is why understanding your tree's background is so important. Before making drastic changes, determine whether your lemon tree was grown from seed or grafted. That single detail can save years of confusion and frustration. Once maturity is confirmed, you can focus your efforts on the factors that truly influence flowering and productivity. Another powerful factor that determines whether a lemon tree flowers or not is its structure. Surprisingly, many gardeners unintentionally limit their tree's productivity simply by avoiding pruning. The word pruning often makes people nervous because they assume cutting branches will slow growth or weaken the plant. In reality, strategic pruning can do exactly the opposite. Young lemon trees naturally want to grow upward. Left alone, they often develop a tall central stem with very few side branches. While this may look impressive, it creates a problem because most flowers form on lateral growth rather than long vertical shoots. A tree with limited branching has fewer locations where flowers can develop. That's why proper structural pruning is so important. By removing the growing tip above a healthy node once the tree reaches an appropriate height, you encourage the development of multiple side branches. As those branches mature, they create a fuller canopy packed with potential flowering sites. This simple adjustment completely changed the growth pattern of my own tree. Instead of wasting energy reaching higher and higher, it began expanding outward, producing strong lateral branches that eventually became covered in blossoms. Beyond pruning, another critical factor is soil chemistry. Lemon trees prefer slightly acidic soil, and when soil becomes excessively alkaline, nutrient absorption can become less efficient. Essential elements such as iron become harder for the tree to access, leading to weaker growth and reduced flowering potential. In some situations, carefully diluted white vinegar can be used to gently lower soil pH, but it should always be applied cautiously. Too much can create new problems rather than solve existing ones. However, even perfect soil chemistry cannot compensate for a lack of sunlight. If there is one requirement that should never be overlooked, it is direct sunlight. Lemon trees are sun-loving plants that need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight every single day. Not bright shade, not filtered light, real, uninterrupted sunlight. Without sufficient energy from the sun, the tree simply cannot produce the resources necessary for abundant flowering and fruit production. Root health is equally important. A lemon tree trapped in a container that is far too small may survive for years, but survival and productivity are not the same thing. Healthy roots support healthy branches, healthy flowers, and ultimately healthy fruit. Giving roots enough room to expand often makes a dramatic difference in overall performance. But even after flowers finally appear, the journey isn't over. In many ways, it's only beginning. Flowering is exciting, but successful fruit production is the real reward. Lemon trees are naturally self-pollinating, yet you can improve fruit set by gently transferring pollen between flowers using a small paintbrush or by lightly shaking flowering branches during peak bloom. Once tiny lemons begin forming, don't panic if some fall off. This is completely normal. The tree naturally removes excess fruit so it can focus its energy on the strongest ones. However, if nearly all of the young fruit drops, there may be underlying issues such as inconsistent watering, nutrient deficiencies, pest infestations, or simply more fruit than the tree can realistically support. Consistency becomes incredibly important during this stage. Stable moisture levels, balanced nutrition, and regular monitoring help the tree carry fruit successfully through development. Before we finish, let's quickly review the mistakes that prevent many lemon trees from reaching their full potential. Applying excessive drought stress can damage roots. Overusing vinegar can disrupt soil balance. Continuing high nitrogen fertilization encourages leaves instead of flowers. Ignoring sunlight requirements limits energy production. Keeping a tree root-bound for years restricts growth. Pruning at the wrong time can remove future flowering sites. And neglecting care after flowering often results in poor fruit retention. In many cases, failure doesn't happen because gardeners ignore the right techniques. It happens because small mistakes are repeated consistently. The good news is that once these issues are corrected, the transformation can be remarkable. If your lemon tree refuses to bloom, take a step back and examine the entire system. Reduce excessive nitrogen. Increase phosphorus and potassium. Use controlled water stress responsibly. Confirm that the tree is mature enough to flower. Encourage branching through proper pruning. Maintain slightly acidic soil. Provide abundant sunlight. Give roots room to grow. Support pollination. And continue caring for the tree after flowering begins. That is exactly what transformed my own lemon tree from a beautiful but fruitless plant into a reliable producer covered in blossoms and lemons year after year. Thanks to watch my video. Subscribe me for this type videos.